Hi there, it's Bella, and today I'm going to do a reading for the initiate's journey towards the knowledge of the universe. And today we're going to open up with the Hierophant, the Major Arcana number 5, and this image is about a mentor of belief systems and also rituals, and he represents official learning. You can say a religious figure, um, you know, but he he teaches others by being involved in sort of like church or teens or clubs or schools. It's all about knowledge that he's trying to represent. So, and you can see he has his royal cloak on. Right away, he's a personality of importance, a male energy of importance. Okay, and so in the last reading, the Emperor opened up for us, and his wisdom for the initiate was the world, which is the universe. The world card is the last card in the Major Arcana, the number 21, and that has to excuse me, and that has to deal with discipline and concentration, and also consummation and the universe. It's the last card for us to go from not knowing who we are or what we want to acknowledge and have a purpose in our life, until the last card of the universe is where we've gained the recognition of, like, okay, we get it, all right. And then the second card of the wisdom, and this was the Emperor card. This is the fourth or the fifth card of the Major Arcana, number 4. But the Emperor, obviously is a man of great wisdom also, but more of an authority of power, because he has to rule, and he aligns with the Hierophant because he gains wisdom from this archetype also. But the Emperor gave the initiate the wisdom of the world in my last reading, and also the Chariot. And the Chariot was the number 7 of the Major Arcana, and the Chariot has everything to do with triumph and victory and determination, and you can check that all out. But as the initiate is on his journey, now we meet with the number 5th card of the Tarot, the Hierophant. And again, he represents an official religious figure. But some people want to say the Pope, but I don't want to bring it into terms of this era. I want to speak it in ancient wisdom. Okay? So the decks I chose, and as I've stated before, I'm using only the Major Arcana cards of my tarot decks. And the next deck I chose to give wisdom to the initiate was the Gilded Tarot. The Gilded Tarot. And this is by Barbara Moore. And actually, this image right here is the full image of her deck. So I thought it was appropriate for and it's called the Fool, but we chose to call it the Initiate because, as I said, I didn't want the Fool to be one without have the ability to learn. So the Initiate is one that we can understand is on a journey of wisdom. And then the second deck I chose, which is a Master of the Tarot, the Book of Thoth by Aleister Crowley. And I've had this book a long time. And this is the image of his Hierophant. Oh, and by the way, if I didn't represent, this is the image of Barbara Moore's Hierophant, but her colors are fabulous. This deck is just, the colors are outstanding. But Aleister Crowley, he is a master. And I didn't mean to bring him out this time. I had a specific card to bring his deck out, but when I went through my decks, honestly, this was the first one on top. The Hierophant was on top of the deck, so I said to myself, okay, that's talking to me. Okay. But this is what we are going to do tonight to see where the initiate gains more wisdom on his journey towards the knowledge of the universe, the cosmos. Okay? Well, the first deck, again, by the Gilded Tarot Companion. We're going to shuffle the deck, and again, these colors on the back are just, I don't know, this deck is gorgeous. It really is. So we will select a deck, and as usual, I just always want everyone to know that I ground myself before I do these readings. Obviously, sometimes I bring out cards just to represent the reading and to get me in my vibe and get you all aligned to what we're going to do. So we know we're on a journey right now. We know the initiate is learning, and the Hierophant has much wisdom to explain. All right, so the first card is the Sun. Fabulous. Lovely. The Sun. And the Sun is, oh, this image is just so beautiful. I just have to sometimes stop and look myself. But the Sun, excuse me, excuse me, is number 19 in the Major Arcana. And if you can see, and of course, we just had Venus transit the Sun. How fabulous is that? So a lot of male energy here with the solar realm. But the Sun is about, obviously, light and support. And the Sun card is not ruled by any other planet or image of the tarot. It is itself. It stands alone, obviously. And the Sun is about love and joy and happiness and success and power, obviously, power and activity and authority and a sense of spirit, and it's just one of the most highest energy cards of the Major Arcana, number 19. So how fabulous that the Hierophant is speaking to the initiate about the wisdom of the Sun. Make sure you get outside, is my point of view. Feel those sun rays on you and learn the wisdom of the cosmos. Very important. We must understand the cosmos, and the Hierophant, the first opening card is to teach him, follow the sun's rays. Okay? And then, as I explained, the second deck from one of the masters of tarot decks, Aleister Crowley. I think he wrote this deck in the early 1920s or something, but he's one of the masters, and this is the back of his deck. And I must say, I've had this deck so long, but I used to write on my cards and books because I didn't think anybody else would be looking at them. But I did read a message on this deck because I've had it so long. But it does say here, the moon is change, nature is powerful wisdom. Okay, why I wrote that, I can't recall, but I just wanted to send that out. But here we are with his deck and the image of his Hierophant. Again, another glorious image. And the artist, I will write down who she was. She was also a medium of sorts, so we have to give a lot of power to this deck. But again, we are here having our scenario for the initiate, and the Hierophant speaks via Aleister Crowley, and it is the moon. The moon. I want to make sure I got my glasses on here. Luna came out just when I was just shared that little piece of wisdom that I wrote on. Yeah, I wrote on his thing. And if you can, I don't know if you can see, but I wrote here, again, the moon is change, and but nature is powerful wisdom. Well, here's La Luna. Ay, ay, ay. I'm sorry. I sometimes overwhelm my damn self here. I don't know. But we all know, what does the moon mean? It means, to some people, fear and a shadow side. But to me, the moon is lit up by the sun, the moonlight. And actually, I have spoken about this already. I believe there is a fifth element for the moonlight. There's earth, air, fire, water, the four elements, as the tarot is written just for that. And we'll go into that once we finish the major arcana. The minor arcana is about the earth, air, fire, water elements. But I believe with all my heart and soul that the moon brings us much more wisdom. The moon affects our tides every day. Mariners go out to sea, and when they're in the middle of pitch darkness, they follow the moon and the stars, the cosmos. So I'm just feeling electrified again, because La Luna means much to me. I am a mistress to her, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And the main reason why I have followed the moon is also because I'm a Pisces. You've only heard that 1,000 times. But that's who rules the moon. Pisces, the fish. And obviously it's about dreams and imagination and introspection. And of course, psychic, intuitiveness. Yes, it has to do with the occult and secretness and solitude, but it's also about ambition and creativity and sort of a sympathy, because if you're a solitary practitioner of wisdom, you know, I have learned much, not because I'm hanging out in crowds, and I've learned much through the tarot, through being by myself and just picking a card and learning about it. And that's what I feel, you know. And I also feel that the moon gives sensitivity and obviously change. And she is, to me, not about fear or shadow. I think we should be fearless to the moon. Again, navigators of the oceans know this. And we need to follow the codes of the moon. So, Aleister Crowley, mwah, to bring up my Luna tonight, I'd say that's fabulous. Have I ever said anything? My favorite word, or my most fabulous favorite word, is fabulous. All right, my dears. Well, the initiate now understands via the Hierophant that, and the Hierophant again is a mentor, even in the earth realm. He's totally earth realm, okay? Totally earth realm. But he's telling the initiate, pay attention to the sun. Pay attention to the moon. Pay attention to the cosmos. They will define your destiny. And that's what I feel. All right, my dears. And here we have selected two cards, two major arcana cards that represent themselves, okay? The sun and the moon. It's fabulous. Fabulous. I'm repeating myself again, but I get so excited sometimes. All right, and then after the Hierophant will be number 6, and it will be the Lovers. So let's see what the Lovers cards bring as information for the initiate. All right, my dears, have a lovely evening. We'll see you later. Ciao.